Sawadee Krub, and a very warm welcome to the closing ceremony for the third SEA Games, coming to you from the Rajamangala Stadium in Bangkok. I am Des Corkill, alongside me is Paul Macefield, celebrating the end of a successful, fabulous 2 weeks plus of sport in which we have seen so much activity, Paul. It's been a joy to be here.
It has been absolutely magnificent, Des, hasn't it? 50 official sports, 54 if you include the others that were included as demonstration outfits. Loads of medals, loads of chances, and a wonderful time.
Our hosts, our MCs who are talking at the moment, are Komsan and Nachan, and they will be guiding the audience here through the event. But we will start with a solemn, somber way to get things underway. A tribute to Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, who passed away in October at the venerable age of 94. Thailand has been in mourning ever since. Royalty is such an important part of the tradition of this nation, and we will be giving a moment's silence for her in just a short moment. That is to come, but the celebration, Paul, is the sport always somehow seems to have a good news story.
Yeah, it always does, doesn't it? And there have been highs and lows and peaks and troughs for all the athletes and everybody that has turned around and visited these games. Never mind just participating, but the visiting and the fans as well. I think those are the people that have really, really helped to make these games one of the most successful and one of the most eventful SEA Games that we've ever witnessed.
It is the 7th time that Thailand has hosted what was the SEAP Games and became the SEA Games in 1959 when it started. And we have rather enjoyed the activities. You mentioned the sheer volume of athletes coming. Nearly 12,000 athletes were here to celebrate a whole range of sports. And now, ahead of the final celebration, we will have the moment of silence for Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, who passed away in October. Absolute silence around this cavernous Rajamangala Stadium as we move now onto the event itself, and we will start with the raising of the Thai national anthem and the flag. Splendid rendition of the Thai national anthem, playing Chat Thai. And now we start the celebrations of the closing of these games with an event called the Sound of the Whistle. In every sporting arena, across every discipline, there's one sound universally recognised, and that is the whistle. Paul Macefield, an ex-pro footballer, you heard it more times than you wanted.
Absolutely, you're not wrong there, but it's the sound that signals the beginning of a competition. It's also a sound that governs the rhythm of the game, and the sound that represents fairness, discipline and respect, values shared by athletes all over the world. Yet beyond its technical role, the whistle carries a deeper meaning.
And the whistle doesn't simply mark an ending, it also announces a new beginning. Whether an athlete experiences victory or defeat, joy or frustration, when the whistle sounds, the game can begin anew. It's a reminder that every moment offers another chance to rise, to try again, and to move forward with new determination.
Well, the performance of the sound of the whistle is inspired by this powerful idea. It transforms a simple, familiar sound into a symbol of hope, resilience and encouragement. Each whistle heard in this performance reflects the countless efforts made throughout the games, the discipline of training, the courage to compete, the unwavering spirit to continue regardless of the outcome.
For the closing ceremony of these SEA Games, the whistle is not a signal of finality. Instead, it becomes a message passed on from the field to the audience. There's going to be some audience participation tonight. We had a rehearsal earlier on before, and so the sound of the whistle is about to come around this arena.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let the show begin, Paul Macefield. As the final whistle sounds tonight, it doesn't silence the journey. It echoes on as a memory of pride, as a tribute to perseverance, and a source of strength to inspire every athlete and every dreamer to begin again. The artists about to make their entrance are Dayu and Krate. Looking forward to this again. We saw the rehearsal last night, Paul. Promises to be spectacular. We'll have the lasers and then we'll have the show.
It was a wonderful rehearsal yesterday, being able to listen to his voice, and of course he stands out for his versatility. He does, Dayu, former member of LAZ1. His performance will be nothing short of sensational, as we'll witness him throughout the evening. The same as Karate, as you mentioned, former dance queen of music.
And a former Muay Thai player as well. So should be very, very welcome at the SEA Games, where Muay Thai was reintroduced to the Games as one of the 50 regular sports. So after the light show,
let's begin.
มาเถิดมารักกับฉันจะเก็บเธอไว้กับใจพร้อมจะอยู่กับเธอเสมอไปเหนื่อยเพียงใดนานเพียงใดจะทำเพื่อเธอขอเธออยู่คู่กับฉันจะอยู่เป็นคู่กับเธอรักและห่วงแต่เธอเสมออยากให้เธอคนเดียวเป็นหนึ่งในใจซึ่งจริงๆเวลาที่ได้มาเจอ ซึ้งจริงๆเวลาเธอยิ้มมาให้ทุกเวลาดวงตาไม่ยอมไม่พร้อมมองใครมองเพียงแต่เธอเท่านั้น
อยากจะขอแค่ฉันนั้นมีแต่เธออยากจะรักเธอนานเท่านานอยากจะขอแค่รักและความผูกพันอยู่ด้วยกันเรื่อยไป
อยากจะขอแค่ฉันนั้นมีแต่เธออยากจะรักเธอนานเท่านานอยากจะขอแค่รักและความผูกพันอยู่ด้วยกันเรื่อยไป What's up, singer? Make some noise! Hey, รู้ว่าโลกเรามันยังพอไม่พอให้เธอพอใจ Hey แค่ที่เธอทำยิ่งนั้นให้องศามันยิ่งเพิ่มขึ้นไปทุกท่าทีและสายตาที่มองมาทำฉันแทบจะคลั่งตายพยายามเท่าไรแต่เธอทำไม่ไหวอุณหภูมิหัวใจควบคุมไม่ได้แล้วเธอทำฉันร้อนกันในหัวใจเราเลยจะลายเธอทำฉันร้อนกันจะในหัวใจเราจะได้ลุกเป็นไฟแต่เพราะทำไมไม่กลัวก็เพราะไม่ตัวและใจจะถูกจะแพ้เผาปั่นป่วนใจทั้งวันทั้งคืนไม่ให้ฉันนั้นได้พักเลยนอนหรือว่าตื่นไม่เคยเป็นนี้ก็ไม่แน่ใจที่มันไหลไม่รู้มันร้อนจะฉันนั้นมีเหงื่อหรือว่าฉันนั้นละลายฉันไม่เหลือทำอย่างนี้ได้ไงแต่ก็จะไม่ไหวเพราะเป็นที่ย้อนคืนพยายามเท่าไรแต่ทางจะไม่ไหวอุณหภูมิหัวใจคงไม่ได้แล้วเธอทำฉันร้อนในหัวใจเราเลยจะละลายเธอทำฉันร้อนกันจะในหัวใจเราจะได้ลุกเป็นไฟแต่เพราะทำไมไม่กลัวก็เพราะไม่ตัวและใจ จะถูกจะแผดเผาเขามาเลยมาเผาได้ตามต้องการอยากจะรักตรงไหนให้เธอเลือกเอาแต่จะไม่ใช่แค่ฉันที่โดนแผดเผาเธอทำฉันร้องด้วยคำนี้ว่าใจร้องไม่ให้เธอละลายเธอทำฉันร้อนก็จะเป็นว่าใจร้องฉันให้ลุกเป็นไฟเดี๋ยวร้อนเท่าไรไม่กูก็มองไปตัวและใจจะถูกจะแผดเผา
Feel so beautiful. Oh boy, it's wonderful. Come now closer to me. My lips so sweet like mango. Boy, it takes two to tango. Come now closer, you see. I wanna show you my world, so you realize. If I let you be my mother, so I can never let you go. I know this love can make you pain, make you go all insane. Ever love will make you say, Bangkok City. Your love is too good to destroy, bringing me so much joy. Yeah, love will make you say, Bangkok City. Say yeah, yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah, Bangkok City. When you end up in Thailand, and find yourself in my hand. I will shine you like a diamond, and all we do is Smiland. When you end up in Thailand, and find yourself in my hand. I will shine you like a diamond, and all we do is Smiland. I wanna show you my world, so you can show me yours. If I let you be my mother, so I can never let you go. I know this love can make you pain, make you go all insane. Ever love will make you say, Bangkok City. Your love is too good to destroy, bringing me so much joy. Yeah, love will make you say, Bangkok City. Say yeah, yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah, Bangkok City. Say em, oh, say em, oh, say em, oh, say em, oh. Thailand, oh, Thailand, oh, Thailand, oh. I know this love can make you pain, make you go all insane. Ever love will make you say, Bangkok City. Your love is too good to destroy, bringing me so much joy. Yeah, love will make you say, Bangkok City. Say yeah, yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah, Bangkok City. Say yeah, yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah, Bangkok City. ขอเธออยู่เป็นคู่กับฉัน ฉันจะอยู่เป็นคู่กับเธอ รักและห่วงใยเธอเสมอ อยากให้เธอคนเดียวเป็นหนึ่งในใจ อยากจะขอแค่ฉันนั้นมีแต่เธอ อยากจะรักเธอนานเท่านาน อยากจะขอแค่รักและ
จะขอแค่รักและความผูกพันอยู่ด้วยกันอยู่ด้วยกันเรื่อยไปอยู่ด้วยกันอยู่ด้วยกันเรื่อยไป
Explosive ending to the performance by the duo of Da'u Karate. Enthusiastic reception as well from a pretty big crowd here, 30,000 plus in the parts of the stadium that aren't being used for the performance. The music composed by Sarawut learned Panyatnuch, who's a Thai composer and arranger, famed in Thailand for his work, and pretty good it was as well. Enjoyed that, Paul, but they're using a football field.
Yeah, it was wonderful, wasn't it? We were lucky enough to see a little bit and a glimpse yesterday, but today, when it matters at the closing ceremony, is when you've got to hit your notes and hit the highs, and both of them did that.
Coming up next, what it's all about with the world of sport. It's about the athletes. We can enjoy the show. We did enjoy the show, but we were here for the sport. You and I have both been involved in commentary for various broadcast organisations, but the sport itself has been sometimes thrilling, sometimes exhilarating, occasionally controversial, but in the end, a lot to talk about and a lot to remember.
Wonderful. Heartbreak for some, but joy for others. And that is what it is all about. Sports bring people together like nothing else on the planet. And these games that we've just witnessed here, in the multitude of sports that we've had across so many different disciplines, across so many different places here in Thailand as well, have been nothing short of sensational.
The mascots make their way out. These are the San, representing the 7 days of the week. And they've been very much part of all the venues. I tell you, the branding has been pretty good as well, and the flags of all the nations make their way out as well. For some of these, it's been a case of participation, it's been a case of getting experience at the very top level. But as always, ever since the Siap Games started in Bangkok in 1959, sport has had a unifying effect on, on this ASEAN region, this emerging ASEAN region.
Not as big as the Olympics, not as big as the Asian Games, but it is one of the select regions that has a tournament and a competition like this, which is what makes it so special. There isn't another competition like this anywhere else in the world, and that's why the SEA Games is always so special and so close to everybody's heart.
This is the small Bruneian contingent, followed by the Singaporean contingent, who had a terrific games with 51 gold medals, and Indonesia are right behind them. Indonesia, they were fourth in the medal tally, 231 medals, and Malaysia coming in. Well, they didn't set any specific gold medal achievements, but they did surpass the number of total medals that they wanted, and so they're a happy contingent, and they're the next hosts, of course.
They are. Everything will be passed on to them a little bit later on. They will be hosting it across various different cities and states in Malaysia, but we'll leave them to tell you that a little bit later on. But they come, and as you said, surpassed what they thought that they would get.
They sent over 1,000 athletes, and they've come home, as I said, with the 57 gold medals, 57 silver medals, 117 bronze. I've got to mention Sepak Takraw because they overcame perennial Sepak Takraw gold medalists, Thailand, and that was a major, major upset, and one of the few times that Malaysia got the better of Thailand in sports that Thailand normally excel in.
That was like that on occasion, but a special mention as well from Malaysia with a new games record in the hammer throw. 65.41 she threw.
Thais coming through, and they of course topped all the medals, 499 medals, falling just short 233 of them are gold medals. The hosts were top of the whole table.
Rampant again on the track, weren't they, with 13 golds, 13 silvers and 4 bronzes there. That was really something that put them in good stead throughout the whole of this competition, and lots of personal records and games records as well. Of course, Puripol Bunson, the 100 and 200 metres champion, a games record and a national record in that. Joshua Robert Atkinson as well in the 400 metres with a games record and a national record. They really did excel at everything they did. That was just athletics, but their usual sports, like the weightlifting, they didn't disappoint with 9 golds and 10 in canoeing.
And a gold for the Queen as well in sailing, which was really, really well covered. The sailing was magnificently broadcast, it must be said. And so Thailand have been great games, and to have a royal gold medalist is something to be very, very proud of, particularly in these games when Thailand is thinking of its royal family so much.
Exactly, in these times with the Queen Mother obviously passing away just a few weeks ago, it's still a somber mood in Thailand, because as we all know, everybody here in Thailand reveres the royal family.
Thailand 233 gold medals, 154 silver, 112 bronze medal for 499. It's a phenomenal tally. Even hosting or not, it doesn't really matter. That was a phenomenal tally. Myanmar sending a contingent as well. Not quite as productive on the medal table, but Myanmar international exposure, I think, for their athletes is one of the prime prizes of these SEA Games.
And one of the oldest gold medalists as well in Sapauk in the men's billiards team event, 77 years old, and he managed to win the billiards against Singapore's Gilchrist as well in that team event. He was playing for Singapore, who was the champion, but Salpak has always been there or thereabouts, and he's been coming to the SEA Games for many, many years, and he's finally got himself another gold.
Myanmar not exactly successful in terms of medals, but in these games, this just getting here is an achievement. Myanmar 7th place overall. They got 3 gold, including that one on the pool table, 21 silver and 2 golds on Sepak Takraw as well. So nothing to be sniffed at all from Myanmar. Congratulations on their P7.
It is great seeing these athletes along with youth and juniors that are out there with all the athletes as well. The Philippines just going through, and now Singapore, who, well, they rocked yet again, didn't they, in the pool? Absolutely unbelievable performance from them.
In the swimming pool there were individual records galore, and they actually dominated in the pool. Also in table tennis, good to see the emergence of Isaac Kwek. He's emerging onto the international stage. And in fencing, where I was lucky enough to be working on some commentary, 8 gold medals on the fencing piece for Singapore, and that took place at the Fashioned Island venue, one of a whole catalogue of venues that was spread around Chonburi, Nakhon Pathom and Bangkok itself.
You mentioned about the swimming as well. There's 8 games records smashed by Singapore of that. 19 golds, 8 silvers and 7 bronzes just in the swimming arena.
Also for Singapore, you've got to mention athletics, because the evergreen Shanti Pereira and Calvin Kwek, they both got themselves medals as well.
And it was a double-double for her, because 2 years ago she did exactly the same.
Timor-Leste making their way through, a small contingent for Timor-Leste. As you'd expect, they got bronze medals in Taekwondo and in esports as well, where the esports team, which has only been introduced since 2019, but it shows how these games develop. They take on new trends, and esports is very much part of the atmosphere here.
Yeah, it's very much going to be part of the future, shall we say, with the world changing the way that it does. The physical aspects of sports and now the mental aspect of sports are being utilised and used as well.
11,500 or so athletes in all, some liking to hug the camera. And not all 11,500 are here, as we have a look at Lao. 2 gold medals for Lao. in petanque, which I must confess was a sport I'd never had a chance to witness live before. Again, it's one of the joys of the SEA Games. They introduce you to traditional sports and really traditional sports.
Yeah, that's right. As you mentioned a little bit earlier on, there were 50 official sports, which are Olympic and regional, and that's where you get the likes of your sepak takraw that comes in. The demonstration value-added sports this year were the air sports, which were absolutely intriguing, which was something totally different. The tug of war, mixed martial arts as well, was in there. So there was lots of variety across many, many different disciplines in the sporting field.
Let's give a shout out to Indonesia. They went past us very early. We kind of ignored them. But Indonesia, second place in the tally. 91 gold medals for them, 333 medals in all. In badminton, they of course impressed. Sabah, Kariman, Gautama and partner once again winning gold for Indonesia.
Let's not forget they did win the men's ice hockey gold as well, so that is something that you've never seen or would expect at the SEA Games. They won the futsal gold as well, beating Thailand 6-1 in that final game. But again, over on the track and field, they were good again. Diva Renata, another games record with the pole vault at 4 meters 35. The records have been smashed this year.
We just had a whole circuit of Vietnamese flags. They're all being mixed up, which is great. These games are mixing things up. Vietnam were third place overall, 278 medals, 87 of which were gold. And they had strong showings in wrestling, in shooting, chess, martial arts and athletics.
Got to give a special mention, when you mention the athletics, to the 5,000 and the 10,000 metre runner, Gwen Di Oan. 15 medals she's got now in SEA Games history, 14 a gold, and she got her 2 gold medals this year as well.
Vietnam upsetting Thailand most of all at this very Rajamangala arena with a 3-2 win in the men's football. That's the one that takes the international headlines, and Vietnam were thrilled to bits to take that, but it's 3 SEA Games silver in a row for Thailand.
No team has ever been 2-0 up in a SEA Games football final and lost, and that's the first time that happened, and you have to credit Vietnam for that. As you mentioned here just a couple of days ago, what an enthralling game that was.
So we've given you a brief rundown of who did what, where and when, apart from the Philippines. We've not mentioned EJ Adena, a gold medal in the men's pole vault. Philippines, 50 gold medals for the Philippines. Excellent from them. Silver, 154 bronze medals. So many times they made the semi-finals but couldn't go on to the final 2.
Just knocking on the door, but the games that we expected them to win, they did. The likes of the basketball for the men and the women, the baseball gold. There was no surprises in that, but the big shock and the big one that hit home was the football, because everybody thought Thailand, everybody thought Vietnam, but somehow the Philippines managed to win their first ever gold medal in the women's football event.
They're developing women's football in quite some style in the Philippines. But the pole vaulter, I mentioned Obiena, won his 4th straight SEA Games gold with a games record. And in the basketball, as you rightly say, we expect Philippines to do well, and they performed well. So you've got your big sports, your basketballs, your footballs, which you mentioned, but it's not all about that. Your wushus and your MMAs coming in as well. The mixed martial arts for the very first time as a demonstration sport. And some of the best drama, I think, was on the mat in the Muay Thai, in the boxing ring, and on the wushu mats as well.
There were some unbelievable performances from all the athletes across all those sports. And again, if you're new to the region or you're growing up and you're seeing this for the first, second, third time and getting the interest, that's where the local element comes in, and that's what makes this completely unique. These games are like nothing else ever in the world. Southeast Asia come together every 2 years for this event, and some of the sports, some of the activities, and some of the memories and the friendships that are made here, they last a lifetime.
For some it will be a starting point on for Asian Games, Olympic Games, World Games, etc. All those wrestling games that we are so good at in this part of the world. For others, reaching the SEA Games itself is an achievement, and is the career Certainly a couple of the Singapore athletes were targeting a medal at the SEA Games as the peak of their careers, and so it's a little bit for everybody. And it's a good level as well. You hit SEA Games and you're hitting a good international standard.
Well, if you remember Joseph Schooling, who won gold medal in the Olympic Games, got his first medal and qualified first time from a SEA Games swimming pool. So dreams can come true.
Our hosts just endorsing, I think, the words that we've been saying as well. And we will have the official addresses. What these games are, though, it's a celebration of what we've done over the last 2 weeks, what they've done, not what we've done, what we've witnessed and what they've done over the last 2 weeks. We're also going to be looking forward to 2 years down the line where Malaysia will be taking hold of the SEA Games. Couldn't have said it better.
That is the Games. That is the SEA Games. Bringing different countries from a close proximity all together to compete, to make friends, to break hearts, to bring smiles, and to represent their nations.
The pride when the national anthems are played, when the podiums are there, you could see on every single occasion, national pride representing your country. It is the peak of your sporting abilities. Okay, now we move on to a speech by Mr. Artakon, Cyril Atayakon, who is the Minister of Tourism and Sports. And we will give you a translation.
Again, these games could never without the authorities being involved, and you do have to have the sports organising committee to make sure that everything is there, everything's in place, that the government are backing and supporting everything that's been done. And it has been such a well organised games, this one. There's been very few technical issues, so we say, away from the actual sporting side, and that is credit to Thailand.
A translation. Your Excellency, Deputy Prime Minister, Captain Thamma Prompao, as Minister of Tourism and Sports and Chairman of the Thailand Sports Organising Committee for the 33rd SEA Games and the 13th ASEAN Para Games, which are going to start in January. This is his final message.
It's an honour to express our deep gratitude to you, Deputy Prime Minister, for presiding over the closing ceremony of the 33rd Southeast Asian Games today. Thailand has been privileged to host the 33rd SEA Games from the 9th to the 20th of December in Bangkok, Chonburi and Songkhla. The organising committee was profoundly honoured to receive the royal grace of His Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen, who graciously presided over the formalities and opened the Games on the 9th of December.
Their presence brought great blessings and encouragement to the organising committee and to the athletes and officials and to all the Thai people.
แก่คณะกรรมการจัดการแข่งขันนักกีฬาเจ้าหน้าที่ตลอดจนพี่น้องประชาชนชาวไทยเป็นอย่างยิ่งการแข่งขันกีฬาซีเกมครั้งที่ 33
The 33rd SEA Games have now concluded smoothly, says Mr. Attakon, and successfully. The organising committee has received outstanding cooperation from all sectors.
Particularly all the government officials, the staff members, and the people of Bangkok and Chonburi, as well as many public agencies and private sector organisations that have gone and supported the Games. Their collective efforts have enabled the event to succeed in every respect.
As for the overall medal results, and there's a bit of a smile here on Mr. Attakon, Country of Thailand finished first, 233 gold. 154 silver as the acknowledgement is received. 112 bronze medals, 499 medals for Thailand.
154 เหรียญเงินและ112 เหรียญทองแดงครับรวมทั้งสิ้น499 เหรียญตามด้วยลำดับที่2ครับสาธารณรัฐอินโดนีเซีย
Indonesia in second place. Congratulations to them.
และอันดับที่3สาธารณรัฐสัง
And
คมนิยม
Vietnam
เวียดนาม
in third place, respectively.
บัดนี้ได้เวลาอันสมควร
And
แล้ว
now, at this appropriate moment, I respectfully invite the Deputy Prime Minister Thanamat Promptpao to officially declare the closing of the 33rd SEA Games Thailand. And he's invited His Excellency to the podium.
ท่านประธานกรรมการจัดการแข่งขัน
Gives great pleasure for me to preside over the closing ceremony of the 33rd SEA Games today. The SEA Games is a major sporting event for the people of Southeast Asia with a proud history dating all the way back to 1957.
ผมมีความยินดีเป็นอย่างยิ่ง
For Thailand to once again have the opportunity to host the Games and welcome athletes from our friendly neighbouring nations is truly a great honour. This event has further strengthened the warm relations and cooperation amongst countries in our region, whilst also contributing to the continued development of athletic excellence in every nation.
การที่ประเทศไทยได้มีโอกาสได้เป็นเจ้าภาพจัดการแข่งขันกีฬาซีเกมในครั้งนี้ถือว่าเป็นเกียรติเป็นอย่างยิ่งอีกทั้งเป็นการสร้างสัมพันธไมตรีอันดีงามในความร่วมมือระหว่างประเทศในภูมิภาคเอเชียตะวันออกเฉียงใต้และยังเป็นการพัฒนาสมรรถภาพนักกีฬาของแต่ละประเทศให้มีมาตรฐานที่สูงขึ้นสำหรับการแข่งขันซีเกมครั้งที่ 33 นี้
For the 33rd SEA Games, we are deeply and profoundly grateful for the immense royal grace bestowed upon us by His Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen, who graciously presided over the opening ceremony. Their Majesty's presence was an auspicious blessing for all of our officials and our athletes participating in these games, and an extraordinary honour for everyone in attendance.
His heartfelt congratulations to all athletes from every nation who achieved success in this competition, and also express appreciation to the organising committee, particularly Bangkok Metropolitan Administration, Chonburi Province and Songkhla Province, for joining together as co-hosts in delivering a truly successful Games. It's recognised by all SEA Games member nations and fulfilling all the events intended objectives.
จะได้เห็นถึงความร่วมมือร่วมใจทุกฝ่ายอย่างมีประสิทธิภาพในนามรัฐบาลผมจึงขอ
On behalf of the government,
ผู้มีส่วนร่วม
he offers sincere thanks to everybody who contributed to this event.
และบัดนี้ได้เวลาอันสมควรแล้ว
One last thing.
กระผมขอเปิดการแข่งขันกีฬาซีเกมครั้งที่ 33
He wants everybody
ณ บัดนี้และขออวยพรให้ทุกท่านจงประสบแต่ความสุขความเจริญ
who's been here to enjoy the games. He hereby declares the 33rd SEA Games officially closed and wishes everybody happiness, prosperity and a safe journey home.
Nearly 2 billion Thai baht was the cost of these games, which, although it sounds expensive, is significantly less than's been invested for other games in this region. But it just shows how important it is to the nations to give a good impression in many ways around the region of what they do, and also to celebrate their athletes.
But you just said it is about the athletes. So we're going to go now and watch a video of some of the most memorable moments of this, the 33rd SEA Games 2025 from Thailand.
A montage of all 54 sports, 576 events, 2 weeks plus of extraordinary competition. There have been highs, there have been lows, there have been thrills, there have been spills, there have been tears, there have been smiles of joy and whoops of delight. And 233 gold for Thailand. It's been a lot of Thai whoops of delight.
Absolutely amazing, isn't it? You turn around and look at those numbers, almost just one short of 500 medals throughout a tournament and a competition.
The next element of what we're going to do is we're going to extinguish the 33rd SEA Games Thailand 2025 flame. This flame started its journey back on the 16th of November and was carried around Thailand, has been burning throughout this ceremony, and the extinguishing of the flame at these games closing ceremony is reimagined through the concept of the sound of the whistle, transforming a ceremonial moment into a shared experience for everyone in the stadium. This is what we were rehearsing before, Paul.
Yep. Rather than serving solely as a symbolic ritual, the ceremony invites every spectator to take part in signalling the official close of the games by blowing their whistles together in unison.
In sport, the whistle's universally understood. It signals the start of competition, marks decisive moments, and represents fairness, discipline, and respect. But tonight, the whistle takes on a new note.
New note, new role, as it becomes the sound that will close the games. Yet beyond making an ending, the whistle carries a message of hope. Every whistle blown in sport also holds the promise of renewal. And when it sounds again, a new game, a new challenge, a new journey can begin.
Thousands of individual whistles are going to be blown in this stadium. I think it's 33,000 is the official capacity for this closing ceremony. And 33,000 whistles. I'm not sure they've rehearsed this little bit. It'll be a piercing sound that you can hear throughout the ASEAN region. But the idea is for these thousands of individual whistles to unite into one collective sound. It respects a powerful truth. The SEA Games belong not only to the athletes, but to everybody. I trust that piercing sound is coming through to the supporters, the volunteers, the organisers, and every voice that's cheered, believed and shared in the journey. They'll all be joining in, not one, not two, but 3 blows of the whistle.
That means it's slowly extinguishing the flame. The sound of the whistle will continue to echo, but not as a farewell.
So this is an ending of sorts, but also a beginning of something new. And that's the spirit of the SEA Games as it lives on, carried forward by all who are part of it, organisers, spectators, but most importantly, the athletes. So these SEA Games are now officially closed, and we move on to the handover for the SEA Games Federation flag to the next hosts. And part of this is the lowering of the Southeast Asia Games Federation flag and the SEA Games flag as well. They've been fluttering to the right of our commentary position at the end of this Rajamangala Stadium. And now part of the ceremony is the lowering of the flags.
The SEA Games anthem that turns around and it emphasises unity, fair play and linking sports with education for the Southeast Asian youth as well. The lyrics mentioning standing together from different lands builds a better world and a cheer in a unison.
Next we move to the flag handover. And part of this we'll be having on the main stage in front of the main grandstand representatives of the host nation, of the SEA Games Federation and the next nation. Appropriately, the camera looks on to the tiger colours of Malaysia. We'll be introducing the guests onto the stage in just a moment for the flag handover, where we'll be celebrating the regions who've been covering these SEA Games. Fabulous venue. Okay, the athletes, the representatives. We're going to be seeing Dato Seri Jayapak Siruat, Chief Executive Officer from the SEA Games Federation Office and Vice Chair of Southeast Asian Games Federation Council.
Assistant Professor Pimol Srivikorn, the President of the National Olympic Committee of Thailand.
We'll also be meeting once again Mr. Atakorn Sirilaya Takon, the chairman of the Thai Sports Organising Committee for the 33rd SEA Games and 13th ASEAN Para Games 2025, all just about to be introduced onto the main stage.
Mr. Dato Sri Mohammed Norza Zakaria, President of the Olympic Council of Malaysia, Vice President of the Olympic Council of Asia for Southeast Asia Zone.
Also to be introduced, His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Taufik bin Johari, the recently appointed Minister of Youth and Sport in Malaysia.
Dr. Kongsak Yadmani, the Governor of the Sports Authority of Thailand.
Mr. Chadchat Sitipund, the Governor of Bangkok.
Mr. Naris Nimariwong, the Governor of Chonburi Province.
And last but not least, Mr. Ratanachat Chittu, the Governor of Songkhla Province, who were part of these games. Thoughts are with Songkhla Province as they recover from the dreadful flooding that prevented some of the sports taking place in the province, but nonetheless they are a very much important part of these 33rd SEA Games. This is Mr. Atakorn starting off the flag handing over ceremony, chairman of the Thai Sports Organising Committee for the current SEA Games.
Passes it on to the assistant professor Pimol Srivkorn, the president of the National Olympic Committee of Thailand.
Dato Seri Jayapak Siruwat, the chief executive officer of the SEA Games Federation Office,
who passes it straight on to Mr. Tan Sri Dato Sri Mohammed Norza Zakaria, the President of the Olympic Council of Malaysia, the Vice President of the Olympic Council of Asia for Southeast Asia Zone.
And finally, His Excellency Dr. Muhammad Taufik Johari, Minister of Youth and Sport for Malaysia, who will have the responsibility of ensuring that Malaysia make 2027 as successful as 2025.
There's a lot to live up to, a lot of work to do, a lot of planning, a lot of preparation that needs to go in, because they will be using different locations throughout the country, will not just be based in Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah, for the first time it's going to be in Sarawak as well. And let's proceed to see the raising of the national flag of Malaysia. And the national anthem is Negara Ku, which will be played many, many times over the next 2 years. Rousing rendition of Negara Ku, particularly by the Malaysians present, and respectfully listened to by the crowd and the other representatives. And talking of Malaysia, we move on to our next performance, which is called Rhythm in Harmony, Ritma Harmony. It's a 4-part show with 2 in each half of the performance. And the idea is to portray Malaysia's unique melting pot of ethnicities and cultures that unite in harmony through song and dance. It's a blend of what makes Malaysia unique, and true to Malaysia's motto of Malaysia, truly Asia.
Rhythm in Harmony also mirrors the uniqueness of Southeast Asia in its unity and diversity, and that will be shown through these performances.
First artists to appear, Legacy, Nyonya Tam, Hyrule and Hidayo. This is the Gondang Sayang, a traditional Malay poetic and musical art form.
Nobody
Asia Tenggara senusantara, ai dondang sayang, sama berhimpun hai kudrat, beradu kudrat. Asia Tenggara senusantara, ai kawan ramai, sama berhimpun hai kudrat, beradu kudrat.
Bagai serai kita serumpun, bagai sirih tersusun. Bagaikan gunung ledang teguh dan tinggi, awan ke bumi kuasa sang putri. Akal jadi senjata dengan air mataku, akal jadi senjata dengan air mataku. Hei, aku datang bila jiwa diseru. Hei, kau bintang, otakku bersatu. Aku ada segala yang ku perlu, marah kemana saja yang ku mau. Akal jadikan senjata dengan air mataku, akal jadikan senjata, tidak hanya menurut biar mereka bela datang menyerang. Akal jadikan senjata dengan air mataku, sayap melebar membawa kabar, berita hambar datang menular, menembus lautan jangan dicabar, langkahku terjaga maha bijaksana.
That was Mimi Fly with her hits, famous artist from Malaysia, now featuring Amir Johari, the Malaysian singer-songwriter. This segment represents the spirit of Borneo blowing across the South China Sea as Sarawak will host the opening ceremony in Malaysia in 2027.
Semangat juang pacu gemilang dondang sayang, sama memburu juara, gelaran juara.
Seperti kita mampu melihat, seperti kita mampu berdiam menyuarakan dari jauh.
Ada semangat dalam keramaian, punya rasa takut kehilangan. Semakin lama semakin tenggelam.
Jangan pernah putus harapan.
Kita pasti akan menang. Hujan tanda Tuhan sayang, karena setelah lebat hujan pasti pelangi kan datang.
Seperti kita mampu melihat, seperti kita mampu berdiam menyuarakan dari jauh. Ada semangat dalam keramaian, punya rasa takut kehilangan. Semakin lama semakin tenggelam. Jangan
Pernah putus harapan. Kita pasti akan menang. Hujan tanda Tuhan sayang, karena setelah lebat hujan pasti pelangi kan datang. Kita pasti akan menang. Hujan tanda Tuhan sayang, karena setelah lebat hujan pasti pelangi kan datang.
Jangan pernah putus harapan. Kita
Pasti akan menang.
hujan
Tanda Tuhan sayang,
karena
setelah lebat hujan pasti pelangi kan datang.
kita
Pasti akan menang.
hujan
Tanda Tuhan sayang,
karena
setelah lebat hujan pasti pelangi kan datang.
Marcia Milan ending the four-part performance to celebrate Malaysia's taking over of the SEA Games Federation flag. Pelangi Pasti includes the words Kita Pasti Akan Menang, meaning we will win. Malaysia already putting down the challenge. It also has some lyrics that say the test is God's love, for after the rain comes rainbows, which is a tribute to the problems that have been